starting the wavy patchwork quilted table topper, and here I'm just selecting some fabrics to use. They vary from scraps left over from dressmaking and some very small samples which are a bit brighter to go in with the colour scheme, and some are sort of genuine leftovers like that patchwork there, which is from a quilt. And then I've ended up with some very random sort of strips, and then this gold and cream fabric, which is Robert Kaufman print. I have actually got quite a lot of that, but I just sneaked a little bit to use. And other leftovers that I think might go in the colour scheme. I'm just pressing them and cutting them up. Quite a therapeutic process. So I thought it might be easier to show you this on the floor, but I'm actually going to be putting my waves of my quilt like this, so effectively landscape. I think when I made the wavy quilting before, I think I've always gone the other way. So so this is, this is where you would be sitting if it was the coffee table, and the waves are going to go this way like this. That means that this is the center part here. So when you start the wavy quilting, you put the first piece right side up and sew down one side of it and stop, and then you put the next piece right sides together. Doesn't have to be right next to it, you can start halfway down, and you'll see how it builds up, but that's my next step. So welcome back to where the treadle is. I've come downstairs now, and I'm going to start the process of doing the patchwork. I'm playing at being a Victorian today. I'm not completely appropriately dressed, but I've got my hair in a bun, and I've managed to do away with the rather modern looking electric light, and instead I've been up in my loft and got this old, it's not Victorian, but it looks Victorian, and I've had it for years and years and years, and saw it in the loft the other day, and I thought I'll bring it down because it looks a little bit more fitting. And I'm also so I've just got a pinafore dress on. I'm not really properly dressed like a Victorian lady, but I'm just getting in the mood. So but before I start sewing, I did just want to show you something that I thought about, which I'll probably go into a bit more detail in a later video, but I just want to show you something that has been staring me in the face whilst I've been working on the treadle over the last few days, and not really realising the significance of it. I'm just going to show you now. So these family portraits in the corner, there's two, and so this is my great grandmother, and her name was Annie Roberts, and this photograph was taken in Cleveland Square in Liverpool, which is still there, but this particular part of it has been knocked down. And if you've ever visited Liverpool, it's very, very near to the site where Liverpool 1 is now, so you'll know what it is if you've been. Now, I will go into her story in a little bit more detail in a later video, but that's her shop, and I've always loved the way she's standing on the step with her hands behind her back, and she looks to me like she's trying to take her apron off, because I think that would have been a street photographer perhaps who took that, and she wasn't quite ready. But down here she is on her wedding day, when she married this very gorgeous Swedish sailor who came to Liverpool and won her heart. But what was staring me in the face was that I do know she was very, very industrious. She was a businesswoman, but she was also very industrious and made her own things. And her husband he was a sailor, but he was also a ship's carpenter, and he made all the things in their house. And a little bit like me and my husband, he does a lot of woodwork. I do a lot of sewing, but I haven't checked out the dates, and I'm going to, but I think this photograph was taken in 1910, and I think my sewing machine is either 1906 or 1916. I need to check that as well, but I did think she might have done her sewing on a sewing machine like this. So in homage to that, this is why I'm putting some sort of Victorian clothes on today and trying to kind of get into the mood with my old-fashioned light. And I'm now ready to start my wavy patchwork. Just having a look at it as I was about to thread the needle, and bearing in mind that it's been out since I last used it, I think I'm actually going to give it a little clean. And also bearing in mind some of the comments I've received, which is, don't forget to oil it. Now, I'd like to think I wouldn't forget, but actually looking at it, it's been next to this radiator, and I'm thinking it might well like to have a little clean. So I've got some very gentle wood polish here, which is for all woods, all natural wood. So I'm just going to start by doing the visible wooden areas. Hopefully you can see how it's not that dirty, but this is just a really gentle polish. I don't know what wood this is. I've got a feeling it might be walnut. I don't know why. Only because my grandmother had a walnut dressing table and it looks a bit like it. But I don't actually know. I'm just trying to find out. Does that look any better? Certainly got a little bit of grime off. Oh dear, quite dirty. Right, going to switch to a different cloth and just wipe off the top. Unfortunately, the modern light is an unnecessary evil at the moment. Right, I'm just going to put the tiniest bit of oil in here and the tiniest bit of oil on it. Just look at that, isn't that amazing? I just love it. Don't you just love the way that works? Look, let it go. It keeps going on its own. Oh. I've seen somewhere this is really, really polished, and I'm not sure whether I should try and do that or not. Don't know. It's certainly respectable at the moment, isn't it? It's clean enough. I seem to remember when I very first got it, it was pretty caked, and I did get quite a lot of tarnish off it and dirt. So it's a lot cleaner than it was. Whether I feel I should go any further, I'm not sure. And if you're watching this and you've got one of these and you've got yours from this state to a more restored state, maybe you could let me know what you think, because I like it how it is, but I also want to do the right thing by it, if you see what I mean. And here there's a bit of gold paint, and I didn't do that. That was like that when I got it, and I wonder whether somebody had a go at trying to update some of these decorations here. I don't know whether they did or not. Need a bit more oil on there. I think what's nice about these machines is, I don't want to be sexist, but if you're a girl and you're a bit of an anorak like me, I'm not quite sure how else to put this, but I definitely have my feminine and my masculine side. And fiddling with a safe bit of machinery like this definitely appeals to my masculine side, and I love tinkering, but I feel safe doing it, and I'm very lucky when I get stuck I can actually hand it to my husband and ask him to do it. But I like improving it. I like being able to help the machine. Gives me a feeling of I don't know what it is, but now I know there's something not quite right about this. It doesn't work quite right, and it's a bit loose, but it's okay. Guess we need to fix that for me. she said, sounding like a really liberated Victorian. Right. So there was a slight gritty feel to this, and I think it might be accumulated dust, slightly also from the fact that we have a coal fire. It's not in this room, it's in the next room. But it hasn't got that dirty feel now, so she's respectable. So I think we can get on with some sewing. Whatever you're doing with this wavy patchwork is, do not worry about the length of the strips. Doesn't matter. Do a strip, start halfway down, finish it halfway down, doesn't matter. You can always fix it with the next strip. So I think after that bit of oiling, I do actually think that my lovely old machine is sounding a little bit better.